We just gotta get cheese volume. Cheese volume down, and then I'm gonna unmute himself.
Mike is that's my time. Okay. Not even going to get the speaker down. This is a baby boomer with a laptop.
I just work here.
What is this thing?
Yeah, believe me. I have grandkids now.
Let's figure it out. You guys can
Mama, take the one up. Hey, I told don't do that for me out public.
There's a settings. Go to settings. All mine.
Yeah.
Go to settings. Buy mine now.
It's a little bit of it still.
I've never used a little thing like that.
Mazel. Go to settings.
Go to settings. Yeah, you're settings.
Yeah, I did the page stage would be
Go to settings.
Gonna need some Mylanta after this. And it's not food's great. Tech issues, not so great. Volume in my ears, very great.
Doesn't mean to hear you talk.
Very, very great.
how we looking, Jonathan.
There we go. Gary's all the way down.
Alright.
Cheese and biscuits.
Yeah, Mike English.
But now I don't see Gary.
Right? You
I don't see his video.
Why can't I find the I can't find the
There you go.
There's
Abracadabra.
Gary.
Hey, Gary. You think smiles about it?
Yep.
No, not.
A lot of people say that.
I don't know the basics. I know the basics.
I can't believe it. A lot of people say things like that.
Like what?
The Phillies game on.
I know fast.
It's on at 7, right?
It says top of the first. No, it's on at 6. What's that?
Spuds is muted.
Nah, my
Yeah,
brother take watching sound.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah. So that's what I guess that's what we're gonna do today.
Okay.
It starts at 6, Phillies? Do the Phillies start at 6?
Yeah, start at 6.
Because I don't know.
What a pathetic race in the
I wrote it down last time because
It reminds me of when we were like last year in the
605.
Yes.
See, I'm not.
Which means it'll be 607, 608.
That's not because I know it's.
Here, it's still here.
Sounds like us trying to get going today.
Yeah, you're right. What is going on? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Sound.
that's interesting. It's all the way down.
Yeah.
You know when you're good.
Oh, you know what? Maybe it's maybe it was a headphone.
It should be. Check one. Yeah, it could be headphones.
I can hear it. Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear it?
1, 2,
I
1,
can hear
2.
the headphones with him talking.
Go to the grab the drill. And that's
Yeah.
Okay, now let me see. That's a good question.
Are you ready?
If I see that commercial again, it just throws me off the.
Oh god, it's terrible.
Okay, Wi-Fi. Okay, all right. Here. Yes.
What game days? I mean, I know you do the pregame. When do you start? You just like watch warm-ups and then.
Yeah, I take. Well, I take talks at 10. Then I take talks on Friday. Because the TV business is so bad that they don't want to pay people to be And then I do live radio hit at 10 to 11. And then we start our shows, Eagles shows start at 12 for warm-ups. And then in between I'll do like a hit on, like Harry Mays has a new show on.
Yeah.
So I did hit on.
What's that media they call it?
Fox Sports Radio.
What?
That's this.
That's this. That's the
Yeah.
show on this.
I forget. Jacob media.
Okay.
Hey guys, 10 minute 15. Once the live says 6 minutes at the top of the screen, we're gonna go.
Okay. There you go.
All right.
What's the last 6 minutes? So we have 3 minutes.
Yeah, 3 minutes.
Coach is muted on his.
Yes.
Well, for me,
No, I just want to do it for right now. So while I'm
Okay.
having conversation, people know
60
what we're talking
seconds.
about.
60 seconds.
Yeah.
I can see.
I hear through Gary's laptop.
I hate to me too.
Is it this one? No, it's not that one.
Yeah.
Where's the noise?
You from your mic.
No, it's from me.
You sure?
Yeah, these iPhones and iPads. It's a, I
This
don't
thing's
know
not, I don't want to turn off the audio. Kill your mic and see if that's.
then we won't be able to hear them on the show.
No, we still hear you.
Not sure. Let's go over here.
all right, let's get ready. 20 seconds.
Ringers, those are ringers and alerts. That's not. We want the volume.
All right, 10 seconds.
We have a problem. Yeah, just turn off Gary. Who cares if his audio? If you don't.
Yeah, but we're going to need it for our Saturday show when we play.
Well, then I'm going to put it out here. It'll shoot both of us.
Okay, got it.
All right. Come here, Gary.
Get close. Get close, gentlemen.
We're both actually.
Ready to roll? Yeah. All right, headphones, headsets, here we go.
Hey, G, get in a little closer.
You gonna go headphones? That works.
Coming in hot. Here we go. Ready, slash? Good evening, Philadelphia, and welcome to another exciting edition of Bud Light Green Legion Radio live here on Fox Sports The Gambler, 104.1 in the Trenton area, WDAS AM around the rest of the Delaware Valley, or simply download that iHeartRadio app and listen to us anywhere, crystal clear, worldwide. We are broadcasting to you live from Crab de Jour off of Route 130 North in Delran, New Jersey, where we'll be for the next few weeks here until the Fin opens up in Philadelphia, right by the Fillmore. So we'll be out here with the Players Show, hanging out with you guys. Please rate, review, subscribe, download the show on iTunes and Google Play by searching for Green Legion Radio. I'm Chris Sack, proud to be your host this evening, sitting in for my boy Quimby, and I am sitting alongside some awesome colleagues of mine here, up here, like set up. It's unbelievable. Mike Diaz has made the trek down this week from Audubon, Pennsylvania. Thank you so much for coming down and gracing us with your presence, Diaz.
Thank
Now,
you.
moving on to Dave Spadaro. Eagles insider Dave Spadaro is here with us yet again this week. How you doing there, Dave?
Doing great after that game Sunday.
Yeah, well, you were the closest with the prediction. You did predict, I think it was 28-13 was your prediction last week.
Yep. Stick with me.
Congratulations,
Thank you,
smart
guys.
man right
Thank
there.
you, thank you.
At the end of the table, we're going to skip over our guest before I introduce him, is 15-year NFL veteran, 10 years with your Philadelphia Eagles, number 78 in your program, but number 1 in your hearts, Hollis Tank Thomas. What's going on, big dog?
Big dog.
Good show, especially just like they said, after a sweet victory, they can't get no better.
Well, it does taste great. And also we are joined by our intern, Super Sam, who just ran out the door. And we have our producer in the house, Slash, holding it down as well. But let's get to our special guest this week, because this is the Players Show. And yes, we do have Tank, but we always need to have somebody else along with us. We have 11-year NFL veteran linebacker, 3 years with your Philadelphia Eagles, and 2 years that we'd like to forget with the hated Dallas Cowboys. And current Eagles analyst for Fox in Philadelphia, Mr. G. Cobb. What's going on, G?
How's everybody doing? I'm glad to be here, and I like what I saw on Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Didn't we all? Didn't we all? We're going to dive right into that here shortly. We do have a couple announcements to make here. MCS Residential and MCS Custom Cabinetry is bringing to you this first segment for all your residential contracting needs. This is who you want to talk to. Everything from additions, renovations, kitchens, baths, closet organization, cabinetry, vanities, basements, everything you need. Mention the Green Legion and get 10% off of your order, regardless of how much. Reach out to them at www.ncsinc-pa.com or call them at 484-202-3656. That is www.ncsinc-pa.com or call them at 484-202-3656. Also, make sure you guys go to greenlegion.com and sign up for the 49ers tailgate this upcoming Sunday for the home opener. $60, all you can eat and drink from 8 a.m. to noon, and our Green Legion Radio pregame show from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. live from 1100 Social Xfinity Live. Make sure you guys sign up. We have 450 people have signed up for that so far, Diaz.
Yeah, we got 450.
450.
Cross that this afternoon.
Awesome, and we're looking at a sellout, so make sure you guys go to greenlegion.com as soon as possible. Also, sign up while you're there if you're going to Dallas for the Monday Night Football game in a couple weeks. And I know probably G is probably going there. But the Dallas tailgate, when we take over Dallas Sucks for Monday Night Football on Monday, September 27th, plenty of tailgate spots down there. You don't want to miss it. The food is going to be fantastic, so make sure you guys get there as well. And we are also brought to you by here, Bud Light Green Legion Radio is brought to you by Stateside Vodka, The Nexus, Cabin House Restaurants, Delilah's, City Fitness Philadelphia, Echelon Health and Fitness, The King of Prussia Diner, now open, Cherry Hill Triplex, The Finn, and Twin Spire Sportsbook, which we'll talk more on that coming up later on in the show. But before we talk about this past Sunday's game between the Eagles and the Falcons looked extremely pathetic, does everybody know what time it is? It's 10 time, baby.
10 time.
It is September 16th, 2021. Let's see, 259 games. It is 106 of these puppies remaining. Now, when I went to the event, there was something weird going on. And I said weird because the Thursday night game is, you know, they played in 1937. It was the first time that they faced each other on this very night.
Oh, wow.
That's good trivia. The football team, it was a football team.
Will you teach me to football?
And then I went to 1984 with Miami Vice career.
Okay.
Nice.
And then I went to 1993 when the theme was premiered. 1993 was Brady premiered.
Solid spin-off.
1996 when Judge Judy premiered.
That's one of Tank's top 5 shows.
Yeah. SpongeBob, Judge Judy, and Martin.
That's a couple of birthdays. You guys know what JC Kennedy?
No.
And we need James Cash. James Cash Kennedy. Today's his birthday, 1875. Not that he's around here. Just figured you guys should know that.
That's
JC stands for James Cash.
Appropriate middle name.
But the last name is changed, and then Cash is the middle name. I mean, the guy's all about money.
Exactly. 1956, David Copperfield. 1964, Montana. 1968, Mark Anthony. 1971, 84, 1986, Kylie Pratt. 1992, Jour. And 1951, Jennifer Joy. Who's Kylie Pratt? She's
Yeah. What kind of actress?
Not a He called me text me about we're playing the 49ers next. And so he was asking me if I had any glorified 49ers experience. But I don't have any with the Eagles. I have it with the Saints. But my first playoff game was against a Steve Young 49ers team, in which they had a runback center who was coming off of heart surgery, and this is how significant football is. I can't think of his last name. You remember him?
Jesse Sapolo?
Yeah, Jesse Sapolo. And I was I destroyed it. I was destroying him the entire game. I was destroying him so much that after the game, my dad was like, "Did you notice every time that Steve Young did something, he moved back at the center?" Because the first snap of the game, I pretty much destroyed him. But the other part of that game was Jeffrey Adams was sitting in that line, and I was a rookie at that time. So the other times we lost to 49. So there you go, Kobe. Those are my 49.
Okay, I'll throw it out. What is your most memorable Eagles 49er game?
Most memorable Eagles.
Yeah. I had one locked and loaded.
Is it Corey Detmer?
No, it was
It was Daniel.
That was a good one, yeah.
when he broke his arm.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, he did the big wiggle, too.
Are you talking about the time when we were in the red zone, counting some off time, and we did not get in?
No, it's a good one.
Within the fireworks?
1994.
Yeah, I was here.
You guys were on board?
I was around.
I was 8.
Gee, we were in 94.
I was in college.
Eagles go to San Francisco.
Yeah.
And Charlie Garner.
That's right.
Goes
Oh,
crazy.
yeah, that was.
Eagles 40, Niners 8.
Yeah.
And the Niners end up winning the Super Bowl.
That's right. They completely smoked the Chargers. Absolutely smoked them.
One day.
Well, woke them up.
Yeah, that was actually the wake-up call.
And there's one thing that I'm going to take from Tank Time today is the simple visual of Hollis at a Jonas Brother concert. I'm not
Better than
going to be able to get that
Fiona
out.
Apple.
I'm sorry. It's better than Fiona Apple.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
eventually at some point during the course of the Players Show this season, we're going to have to dive further into that one with the because we did go to a Fiona Apple concert and let's just say it was a date and it didn't wind up well for him.
I came out. I did not come out unscathed.
Exactly. But
That's what I got from it.
thank you very much.
Was it a Jonas Brothers concert or a Taylor Swift concert?
If you ask Sean Henderson, it's a Taylor Swift concert, and you have a daughter, eventually you're going to be going to one yourself.
Yes,
I'm going to be a Swiftie.
You're going to be a Swiftie, but I'll tell you what, though, because that's an elephant in the room. Eventually, you're going to have to address it. But the one that we love to talk about in the first segment every single week is what happened with the Eagles this past Sunday. The Eagles absolutely destroyed and throttled the Atlanta Falcons this past Sunday afternoon. 32-6 blowout win. It was a lot of fun. Just to watch it as a fan. Last year was so painful. It was like every single game, every single Eagles game last year was it was like hey. You brought your tongue down. Or watching Ben Simmons try to take a jump shot.
No, but the Eagles for the last few years have never made it easy on themselves in any game.
It's always been difficult.
And so, there were wins and there were playoff appearances, but it wasn't like go in and take care of business like the team did on Sunday. That's what was beautiful about it. Whether or not the Falcons are any good or not, the Eagles went in and handled them. And everything that happened that you wanted to see, Nick Sirianni showed that he had some energy, like he was going to go for it, he was going to be daring, that's great. Defensive coordinator, he shut the tight end down, he stopped the run. Rookie wide receivers were stud, and Jalen played great.
Dave, real quick before we dive into the biggest thing that we all took away from this past Sunday's game, please update us on the injured players that came out of Game 1 and their status as we head into Game 2 against the Niners.
I think everybody's going to be okay, except we don't know about Rodney Cloud yet. But JJ is back on the practice field. Brandon Brooks is still limited, but Brandon Brooks is still. All of a sudden, you're like a big JJ.
Yeah, man, he had some nice blocks in that game.
Football Focus is #1 rated run blocker in Week 1 for all positions.
When you listen, when you're looking at wide receivers, you got to look at their run blocking. I mean, that's
but he's also doing his job. So that's the job he has, right?
That's what it's about. I mean, because they were able to get off to a good start, I thought, because of that.
Yeah. So we don't know about Rodney McLeod. Brandon Brooks has been resting. I think he'll play. Who else?
Zach Ertz.
Zach Ertz was on the practice field, limited, or he's okay getting treatment. He came back in the game somewhere. I think and Marcus Steps back on the field after a concussion.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, he was right there. Yeah, because he was laying there for a hot second.
Question.
They reminded me of seeing Michael Moore knocked out in the Pittsburgh game. He got kicked in the head, and he was just kind of laying there. It was bad.
Was he out?
He was out like a light. I'm talking about this. When I saw him yesterday, it was like his head was like reaching or something. And I've seen him like that, Michael Moore like that, and Troy Mitchell like that when Morton saw doctors about to hit him, and he just ducked.
Matt Ryan kind of looked like that too. Diaz, did you have something?
Well, just about the injury report here. Are we load managing already after Week 1 of the season?
We're load managing all preseason.
17-game schedule, man. 17-game. There's no attendance in practice. So
But do not take that crap to win.
No,
Do not take that to win. That's what they do with the six.
That's what they do with the Eagles now. It looks like Fletcher Cox, Lane Johnson, Jason Kelsey. I'm just saying, is that going to be new? Is that what should we expect that week in and week out? I don't know.
Especially with a player like that has an injury history like Brandon Brooks, you need to maintain him. You have to get him through the season.
There's age on that offensive line. It's smart to do it.
Absolutely. So, guys, what is the biggest thing that we took away from this game? I'm going to start at the end of the table. Tank, what's the biggest thing that you took away from the Eagles W this past Sunday?
The biggest thing I took away from it is they were going to seize the moment. They were going to take what the team gave them. A lot of people were worried about us not going deep. But we just took what they gave them, and we exploited the defense. and we ran the ball and passed the ball the way we were supposed to. I feel like we're back to being competitive, and I feel like it's going to be an exciting team. The main thing I took from it is like we're not going to let a team that who asked we were supposed to kick go unkicked.
Sounds great. G.
Well, I thought the biggest thing was Jalen Hurts, because they had a situation where they there were blitzers coming free the whole day, and DPs was aggressively trying to get after the Eagles' offense. But every time the blitzer came free, you couldn't tackle Jalen in the open field, and he was just waiting for the last second, sidestepping, run for 15 yards, sidestepping, run, and make a completion. And he was really cool under the pressure. And we really just basically destroyed their game plan. They were going to blitz him, it didn't work because the blitzer wasn't able to tackle him.
Yeah, very elusive. Dave.
I love both of those, but I'll just do something different for the sake of doing something different. Red zone defense, and then the way the defense got better after the first two drives. Atlanta had 59 total net yards and 6 first downs in the second half. That is domination. I'm glad to see an Eagles defense dominate and not let a tight end kill it.
I liked Nick Sirianni's approach to the game plan, being aggressive on the road. His first time calling plays. Went for 2. Went for it on fourth down a couple times. The aggressiveness, it's what wins today. And after a season kind of where that they won it all, having that same type of mindset, and it was great to see it again. And also, man, having an offensive line again, watching Kelsey come out, watching Mailata just level guys, it was awesome. It was so good. Good stuff.
Yeah, now, see, there seems to be a lot of buzz around this team after 1 week. You know, a lot of people are trying to change their expectations on this team after week 1. And listen, you know, is it so much that the Falcons are that bad? Are the Eagles that good? Or is it a combination of both? Gee, what do you have?
I would have to say that I thought the Eagles were probably the main part of it, but the Falcons, you know, I mean, it wasn't quick. They stopped playing with patches. I mean, I don't understand what's going on there. But I thought the big thing was them stopping them early. See, that was a huge stop. They kept them out of the end zone.
Took a lot of wind out of their sails.
If they had a score, we probably would definitely have a completely different game. So I guess you give the defense credit for hanging in there and keeping them out of the end zone, and then taking over the game.
Okay, Dave.
I mean, it's week in the NFL. I don't care. What happened? Nothing to do.
Sorry,
This is a great test on Sunday. I think it's a great test. All of a sudden, the Eagles fans, whatever, people didn't believe it. You know, hey, there's a win against Atlanta. Hey, San Francisco's coming in. I like that matchup. And then there's Dallas without DeMarcus Lawrence and without this and without that. You go, gosh. All of a sudden,
things are starting to set up for you.
You have to see how a team handles success. And sometimes it can be a cruel tease.
I think really that I take away from this that they fed you guys what you're supposed to be fed. A nice big piece of humble pie. Because you don't know what's going to happen on Sunday. Everybody was thinking the Falcons and they were talking about. I told you the game would be entertaining because they were young and they were competitive. And that's like when you look at what you're trying to build for a winner, that's what you look for. A young competitive team that's not looking to lose for draft pick status. Yes.
We'll have a draft pick segment later on in the show.
You're going to update us on where the Eagles will be drafting with Miami's first round pick and with.
We're getting to that later on.
Every week, Dan. Every week.
In the second hour, there's no doubt about it.
This is the guy you were talking about who got that other problem too.
Diaz has many problems. Most of them are mental.
G-Cab, I got a profile on you later. You got to be nice to me. First hour, be nice to me, and you can pick on me later.
Good deal.
Now, I kind of want to pick up where Diaz said what he picked up in the game the other day. And it's about the head coach and the coaching staff. It's a young coaching staff. It's a young head coach. Nick Sirianni, very impressive debut as a head coach. Looked in control. Too many penalties, 14 for 89 and over 2 on fourth down. But I thought when he went to fourth down, he made the right decisions on those calls. But the team looked calm. They looked focused. They looked organized. Dave, I heard that he gave like a great speech on Saturday night. I know that you were here in Philadelphia. You weren't down in Atlanta like you normally would be in previous seasons. Do you have any intel on what he said to the team to jumpstart them?
He's a storyteller, and it's a realize what you've done to get to this moment kind of story. Just for him, it really meant a lot to have gotten to that point and to have this team believe in him and to buy into everything that they've been selling since he got to Philadelphia. So, that's kind of his story. And it was it's really with Nick. It's a story every day. Like, he's a big storyteller. He tries to connect the dots with everything. And I think the players are understanding of like where he's coming from, that they live in the moment and they appreciate living in the moment. So that's really what I got from the very little bit that I've talked to people who were in the room.
I think Arthur Smith was probably at the top of most of the new coaching list. And what was impressive about the game is that you could see that the Eagles, I mean, they performed well, but they're bought in, at least at this point. And on Atlanta, Arthur Smith in this offense, he's going to bring it over here to Atlanta, and they just gave up in the second half. Kudos to the Eagles for playing well, but man, like, game one at home, this great new head coach, you got all these young pieces, and they just gave up.
Gee, did you ever play for a brand new head coach? Like, when you got to a team, I mean, you played in Detroit, you played here with the Eagles, you played with Dallas. Were you ever on a team that had a new head coach that came in, and what kind of philosophies did they try and change themselves? I know Hollis can speak on Andy Reid, but from your standpoint.
Well, when I was here, first year here, who was in Mary Campbell. The first year of Buddy was a major difference. Just completely different. Because Buddy was entertaining. So he would tell the team one thing and he would tell the media another. And he, tried to be funny, and he wanted to have people talking about him. And he did a good job of that. I thought he was an outstanding defensive coordinator, but he really wasn't a good head coach. From this standpoint, like with Randall Cunningham, he said, well, we just need 4 or 5 plays out of Randall every game. And to put together an offensive line, all we need is 5 fat guys. Now, he had little respect for the offensive side of the game because he had been battling it all his life as a defensive coordinator. So he was an outstanding defensive coordinator. For a good while, he was ahead of the entire league. Like, he really was the key to why Chicago won that Super Bowl. But he didn't have any respect for the offensive side of the game. So he didn't develop Randall. Randall really, his growth was stunted because of the way Buddy treated him. Because Randall wouldn't stay in the pocket and learn how to be a pocket passer.
Right.
Because he was just trying to make those 4 or 5 big plays, and he really didn't become the quarterback that.
Just think, Eddie. I don't feel like I got 1 minute.
Yeah, we got less.
We got less 1 minute. But just think the stuff that he did in Minnesota, and he did it when
That's what I'm saying. He was capable of that.
It's blasphemy, Aaron. Any joke was in it's blasphemy to suggest to Eagles fans from those days that Buddy Ryan is not a good coach. Because I've had the conversation many times.
Well, we're going to talk about Buddy Ryan.
He made the Eagles relevant again. That was
Now, there were certain parts of the but.
All right, so what we'll do is when we come back on the other side, I want to hear Tank's approach when Andy Reid came in as the new head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. So I want to touch on that and get his stance from those end of things. So coming up on the other side in the second segment, we'll get to that on 102.5 Fox Sports Again versus Green Legion Radio, the Players Show here coming up right after these messages.
All right, I'm gonna get. Anybody want a drink?
Good job.
Anybody want a drink?
Yeah, no, I'm okay for now. I'm going to start second hour.
2 minutes. You guys want a drink? Anybody want a drink?
We're going.
Why don't we get it?
We're going live at 7.
Good job.
Right.
Yeah, my waitress over there. Yeah, I was trying to get up there.
Music or anything? No.
I don't know what I open music. How about the people?
Right.
What's that? What's up, buddy? Water's fine. I'll take some water.
All right, when we come back, I'm going to do Twin Spires.
Yeah,
Okay, I want to get that stuff out there. Yeah, make sure you get that.
Yeah.
Water.
So I'll go through the live read.
I'll do a vodka
I'm
soda.
trying to get you.
Yeah.
Just a minute. I'll take
Yeah.
I'm good. Thank you.
Please don't. Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you I wrote I think it's pretty clear what I wrote.
Right. No, I'm just going to go right through.
Okay.
I'm going to bring us back in.
Welcome back. Bud Like
New this week.
What's that?
I mean, free tickets is pretty good.
What did we go somewhere?
Section 203, row, I don't know, you text me.
Oh, Tony called me.
What's up, Rexy?
Hey, guys.
Tony called me.
Once Dave gets back, we're going to go back.
Go back. Once Dave get back, we're going to go back.
Yeah, we're going to go back. We have a 15-minute segment, and then we have to get a 10-minute segment in before we dive into when we go live on Fox Sports The Gambler.
Okay.
You want anything here?
What?
Tonic's finest. 20.
I know Bryant, no baseball. So we got to get a 15 in, quick break, and get a 10-minute in. We're not really. Yeah, we are. 2-minute break. And then we'll put the live feed on at 6:55.
I didn't want this. I wanted to put it on ice. Want me to put it on ice? Or we want to do. I want to do. They're making it. Oh, that's cool.
We're getting into waters.
All right. Hey, you don't need to listen to these guys, man. You can be on Diaz, you can be part of Diaz Nation. You got a free. Yeah, no problem, man.
No.
Diaz Nation.
Yeah, Diaz Nation.
Yeah, send a nuclear bomb to Diaz Nation.
Yeah, no problem, man. I got your passport. No problem.
Passport. You got it? I think he's buying drinks for everybody. Thanks, Dave.
Who has the check?
It's right there.
Here's an extra water.
We're going to go back on the switcher over here.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, guys. All right, yes.
That's me, ain't it? Hey, oh, is that me?
All right, we all good? Ready to roll? Yep.
And welcome back to Bud Light Green Legion Radio here at the Jour off Route 130 North in Delran, New Jersey. Make sure you guys come on down here. We're going to be here for the next couple weeks.
Last week I had to go it's like a big bag of scallops, crawfish, potatoes, corn. It was incredible stuff. It was delicious.
Mouth-watering, delicious seafood for a great value, honesty, and quality is what.
I had some today.
All accurate. All accurate.
All right, so before we dive back in here and we talk more about the Eagles-Falcons game this past Sunday, we're going to touch on one of our new sponsors, Twin Spires Sportsbook. Make sure you guys go to Twin Spires and download the app and get in there right now. We are happy to announce our newest partner, Twin Spires, and they've got a great deal exclusively for the Green Legion. Check this out. Sign up with Twin Spires using the code LEGION10. Place a bet of $10 or more on any NFL game, and once your bet has settled, you will receive $250 in free bets. As if $250 in free bets wasn't enough, all season long, all new users that sign up using the code LEGION10 will be entered to win 2 game tickets and 2 tailgate passes to every home game this season. Each game's winner will be announced the day before the game. If you sign up this week and don't win, you will still be eligible for all remaining 7 home games this season. Also, for the Green Legion, every Saturday, Twin Spires will release a weekly odds for-profit boost on the Birds game that week, exclusive for everyone who signs up with the promo code LEGION10. Sign up at twinspires.com using code LEGION10 or check out any of our social media for direct links or QR code to register and deposit. That's awesome stuff, guys. $10. You can deposit more if you want to, but all you need to do is put in $10, $250 in free bets. That's awesome stuff. And thank you to our sponsors over there at Twin Spires Sportsbook. Hollis, I teased it before we went into break. Okay, now I know how much you love Big Red. You guys have a father-son relationship.
No.
Yes, you do. I know this wholeheartedly.
He was credible when the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. He was so happy.
Well,
and proud
we
of
were
us.
talking about Nick Sirianni being the new head coach, or rookie head coach, and we were lucky enough. G. Cobb was on the team for the Eagles when Buddy Bryant came in, and he gave us his point of view on how things changed when he took over that team. Hollis, I want to know, when Big Red came in his first season in 1999, what were the changes, what were the noticeable differences that you had for a head coach that came in and took over for Ray Rhodes?
The noticeable difference was that they were trying to do everything first class. They had given, it was not, they had bigger accommodations, so to speak. We were in a veteran stadium, and some things that were less than stellar, he took care of like right away, and then made sure.
So they got an exterminator in there.
Yeah, and made basic things happen ASAP. And he kind of weeded out the naysayers and the sugar top. So, because as a player, you notice when you're on a team, sometimes there's guys that are not really best. And you can't do anything about it because you're a player. So you just kind of do your job, and if the coach doesn't get rid of that, then you just got to do your job and then try to move on to a team that does. He was able to come in and change that. He got rid of a lot of guys who were not total troublemakers, but they didn't want to perform with a winning attitude. And when I say winning attitude, it's a way you go about doing things. You get through all the little things so that when you're out there playing, the little things that are the different nuances in the defensive offense that you're in, you pay attention to those as well. If you don't do it off the field, you're not going to do it on the field. So there was a lot of guys who were late for meetings, who didn't show up and stuff, and you know, they just let it go by the wayside. When he came, he pretty much cracked the whip, and you know, it was like, you go come my way up, it's my way or no way. And it's a teamwork.
You made people accountable.
Yeah, he has people accountable for their actions.
We should bring him into the Sixers locker room and get Ben Simmons straight.
Yeah,
Good luck with that. Nobody's going to get it.
but he's still like Sam, so you can't be serious.
Dave, you've been with the Eagles for a long time. You've seen many different head coaching changes during your tenure with the Birds as the Eagles insider. How does this relate? I mean, is it kind of like when Doug took over in 2016? Is it like when Jim in 2013?
There's always new energy. When a new guy comes in, there's always new energy. So that's not different. I mean, we're in a different world right now, so this is extremely unusual. But Nick really does go out of his way to try to connect players in ways that are not traditional. Whether it's the rock, paper, scissors, whether it's shooting basketball in the gym, in the auditorium, it's cornhole in the weight room, whatever, and in competition with just to create a bond among the players. But it's a different world now because, like when these guys played, you could practice more, and there was a way to create a culture that way. This is how nowadays you are on the practice field for like 75 minutes, and then you can do a walkthrough.
Oh God!
So you have to be creative in other ways to connect players, and I think he's done a great job of that. But let's give it time to breathe and see where it goes, see how it grows. I mean, I was thrilled when every time you have a new coach in, you're replacing a coach who wasn't winning. So there's always going to be energy, and there's always going to be done differently. So I remember so vividly when Andy Reid left, being in conversation with fans who, like, 3 months into Chip Kelly, they were like, "This is better than the Andy Reid years." Crazy. So, like, let's let it breathe a little bit here and see where it goes. I mean,
They must have been a big fan of smoothies.
never.
Or the ice bucket challenge.
Because it was just different. It was just something different. New kid on the block.
Yeah.
And I am so impressed with the way the team played on Sunday, and we'll see how they enjoy and how they thrive off of prosperity, how they handle prosperity. I think it's a huge key for teams.
And what I'll say this: I was impressed with the kids on the offensive side of football. Jalen Hurts, man, if this kid can play, if he can legit play the way he played the other day, and it's not going to be every single week. 27 to 35 in passing, 75% completion percentage, 264 yards, 3 touchdowns, only sacked once while losing 3 yards, 62 yards rushing on seven rushes, and then Miles Sanders. I mean, 15 rushes, 74 yards, 5 yards per carry. He had four catches. I don't believe, though, last year he had drops. I don't remember him dropping the ball the other day. Kenny Gainwell also looked good out of the backfield, got his first NFL touchdown. Devontae Smith, 6 receptions, 71 yards and a touch. Jalen Reagor, 6 receptions, 49 yards and a touch. Dallas Goedert, 4 receptions, 42 yards, touchdown. Unbelievable with the weapons. This right here is an offense. I haven't seen weaponry like this since Zach Ertz's early years when you had Deshaun Jackson and Jeremy Maclin.
He didn't win a Super Bowl in 2017.
Yeah, but
and he scored 41 points in the Super Bowl.
I understand that, Dave. I'm talking about legit weapons.
Alshon Jeffrey was a legit weapon that year. Nelson Aguilar was a legit weapon that year. Jay Ajayi was a legit weapon that year. Zach Ertz was a legit. Come on.
It's a different. This is the first time we've seen it in a while be deployed this way and actually used instead of doing just the random stupid stuff.
You have a second wide receiver that actually, like Torrey Smith, played well at times, but
We're supposed to listen about offense because we want to put the Phillies in the block.
No, it's nice to have first.
Too soon. We're not eliminated yet.
It's nice to have first round pick wide receivers score touchdowns. You know what I'm saying, Dave?
Yeah, I'm super happy and complimentary of what this team did.
Right.
But I'm just saying, we tend to go from one extreme to another.
That's what we do. That's what we do. It's Philadelphia.
Absolutely. And the best thing about Devontae Smith, his touchdown, if anybody recognized it, he scored his touchdown in the same area that he won the national championship against Georgia. The same stadium, the same area of the field. I don't know if they drew it up that way, if that was on purpose, but that was pretty cool.
Well, and that was, I thought, one of the keys to the game, too, was the way that Sirianni and the Eagles' offensive coaching staff drew up plays to score. And I thought that was a big difference in the game. You see the way that the Falcons march the ball down the field, they get in the red zone, they stall. They're not doing anything very clear to get into the end zone. But you look at the play that they ran for the first touchdown. It was a pick play or a rub route.
Yeah, they don't say pick play.
Well, I know.
It is a pick play.
I know.
But the big thing that Ertz did was he's got to understand that, look, you don't need to pick the guy. You just want to get his attention. If he gets, if he takes his eye off of the guy he's covering, that's all you need. And he didn't even touch him. He avoided him. So they couldn't throw a pick. They couldn't throw a penalty. Whereas the Falcons messed it up 2 or 3 times. They don't understand what the play is. It's really a distraction. And you don't need to pick the guy. You just need to distract him. Because once he looks at you, he's taking his eye off the guy's covering. And so he did a good job.
And sometimes it's not that you distract the guy. You kind of run him off into the other guy that's covering you guy. And it's the thing you don't have. A lot of guys think you have to do attention. All you have to do is run the route that you put before you.
That's right.
And you don't have to do another thing.
Now, another thing, because if you look at the 2 of the other plays that scored touchdown. One was, the play where they ran the zone block, where they zone block on the nose, and then they did a great job of coming off on the linebacker. That's right. And you've got, the kid goes into the end zone, Kenny Gainwell goes into the end zone untouched. Now, obviously, they saw that. They knew they could run that route. So you got 2 guys going in untouched. And then you got on the other touchdown where they ran the quick screen, where they faked the run, the quick screen, and they executed it right. But they knew, it's like they knew those plays were going to be explosive for them. But that was great design, play design there. So you guys, the coaches got a lot of credit there.
Absolutely. And Tank, real quick before we go to another break here, I want you to talk about that hit that Brandon Graham put up. Falcons running back Mike Davis, man. He just knocked it right out of him.
Well, that was a play I think that we needed as a defense because they have been marching up to that point. And I actually, the funny thing is before I came here, I was watching the game. We watched the game, and I came to that play, and I was actually said to BG, I actually said to him what my reaction to it. So it was a key play, and it was a key, I think it was a key move in stopping them on the goal line.
All right, and before we go to break, we're going to acknowledge one of our sponsors here, Greater Philadelphia Health Action. GPHA, providing medical, dental, behavioral health, pharmacy, and child development services for over 50 years. Full family care for the entire family, prenatal, pediatrics, adults, specialty services, and more. COVID-19 vaccine and testing available. 11 locations throughout Philadelphia, over 85,000 patients telehealth, and on-site appointments available. Schedule an appointment today. 1-888-296-GPHA. That's 4742. Website for more information on services and a complete listing of locations, www.gphainc.org. Coming up on the other side, we're going to get to know our guests just a little bit better. I'm going to turn it over to Diaz as we get to know G. Cobb in those couple years in Dallas. I'm sure we're going to be talking about those. We are Bud Light, the Green Legion Radio, 102.5 Fox Sports The Gambler. We'll be right back right after this. Hey guys, 2-minute break.
Okay.
So we're going to go to, once 45 hits, we're going to do a 10-minute segment.
Okay.
We're going to get to know G, and at 6:55, we're going to go to break, and then I'm going to bring us in live on Fox Sports The Gambler at 7 o'clock. All right?
2-minute break, 5-minute break.
I need a charger.
Yes,
This thing does not work.
No. If you're supposed to, don't go to the bar.
Do you have one that I can use?
Gotcha. Loud and clear.
Is it a USB charger? I should be able to make it. Yeah.
No, that won't work. Anyone have a Dell?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Can I see if you're...
That's good.
Yeah, let's see.
It's good singer.
That doesn't look like how mine go, but we'll see. I'm about to
You
die.
got a plug. You got a mail.
No. Damn it, why doesn't that register?
Don't stop. I can't
It goes in, man.
get over here.
Well, the fans might get what they want here. I might be dying off.
Might have no DS.
Well, they'll be able to hear me. They just won't be able to see me.
That's what they want.
That's true. Well, it's gonna. You know what? It's gonna suck on the StreamYard because that means my mic will be done. Tech, what kind of laptop you got
10
there?
seconds.
What kind of laptop you got there?
Apple?
You ready?
Yeah. Apple.
Sorry, Diaz.
Yeah.
We include you, or we just all sit together?
And welcome back for another edition here of Bud Light Green Legion Radio here as we have our final segment here on 102.5 Fox Sports again. We're going to get to know our buddy G. Cobb a little bit more coming up. But first, Dave Russo State Farm, you deserve to get good service and great rates at State Farm. We get it. And we're here to help because with every State Farm policy, you get good neighbor service and you get surprisingly great rates. So what are you waiting for? Get going and talk to your local State Farm agent, David Russo, about your surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. When you want the real deal, call David Russo State Farm Agency. 856-740-5012. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements. I'm Chris Sack. I have Mike Diaz, Eagles insider Dave Spadaro, Eagles legend Hollis Tank Thomas, /Sam, and G. Cobb. Right now, we're going to take the time to get to know our buddy just a little bit more. So Diaz has some things lined up for you, G. So Diaz, take it away.
G. Cobb in the house. Gary, thanks for joining us today. We really appreciate it. So we're going to do like a little bio background. Listen, I've been watching you and listening to you for 25 years. No, but, watching on TV and everything like that. But so as I was taking a look at Gary Cobb's profile, he's got quite some interesting stories here. First off, born on March 16th, 1957. You are the number one person with that birthday. Number two is our basketball Lord and Savior, Joel Embiid. So you share a birthday with that. Graduated from Stanford. Yeah, you and Joel Embiid, same birthday.
Oh, yeah?
You're not one of my book, G.
I'm going to tell him next time I see him.
You should share the birthday. He graduated Stanford High, was an All-American in both football and baseball.
Yeah, I played a lot of baseball. In fact, I played more baseball than I did football growing up. And all of the people that, where I grew up at, they thought I was going to be a professional baseball player. What position? If I got a hold of it, it was gone.
What position did you play?
I played outfield and, I was like center fielder, right fielder.
And normally the best athletes are shortstops or center fielders.
And really, when I went to college, I was supposed to go there and play baseball and football. But John McKay recruited me to USC, and he wanted me to play both because he was the athletic director as well as the head football coach. But then when he left, it became harder for me to play baseball because they were going, you got to be out there for football during the spring. And so that kind of messed up, my, I really kind of regret that because baseball was, I was good at baseball.
Yeah, I'll come right back to that. Talking about your time over at USC, 3 Rose Bowl victories, including a national championship in 1978. What was most interesting to me, your first 3 years at USC, if this is correct, you played linebacker, and in your senior year, moved to the defensive end and was an honorable mention all-conference at the end. Is that right?
Well, yeah, I was kind of playing. I mean, really, I was playing the same position.
Okay, like a 3-4 linebacker?
Yeah. They let us rush the passer more in my senior year.
Okay. That's pretty impressive. Now, you tell me if this is also true. Before moving on to the NFL, these notes said you were practicing baseball. You were offered a contract by the Angels and the Cubs before deciding to take your talents to the NFL.
Yeah, I thought about that a little bit. But they were talking about a lot of money, so.
Right.
Let me ask you something, G, because it's more guaranteed money in baseball nowadays. So, like,
now,
right. So, if circumstances were different, and it was 2021 when G-Cop had to make a choice, like, it probably comes down more like you said that you love baseball. Would you say that you would have, like, when the money was there with baseball, would you have made a different decision than what you made back then?
Maybe, especially if I played more at USC. I didn't play a lot of baseball there because of the problems we had with the money to go to spring ball and stuff. So that was really the problem. I don't know what I would have done thinking about it. I probably would have done the same thing.
After USC, you were drafted by someone hold house, Dallas Cowboys. Had a rough camp, I guess, but you didn't cut on Detroit for a couple of years. Then
I played in Detroit for 6 years.
Yeah, then G-Cop came here to Philly in 1985. Fun fact, who was the trade?
Thank you for mentioning that.
Okay.
I, of course, know who it is. Somebody else here does? Robert
Montgomery, that's right. Well, Eagles insider Dave Spinner, this is your life. You're supposed to know all these things. It's good for you. Interesting, though, in 1986, you were the Defensive Player of the Week. You set a then team record, franchise record, 4 sacks versus the Atlanta Falcons. You held that for a number of years until, who was it?
Hugh Douglas.
I thought it was Simmons.
Clyde and Hugh, I think they both had 4.5.
Yeah. So you were with. I have a question about this because after your time here, you went back to Dallas. You played on that 1989 Dallas team, the 115 team or whatever it was.
Yeah,
and that's where you ran.
Yeah, I was really skilled in that year. My knee was bothering me, so I was really rusty playing. They say if you play 10, you can at least be able to steal 1. So that's all I got.
It's hard to get something in the NFL.
Yeah, I know. Congratulations.
I know G-Cub. Everyone knows G-Cub has been on TV, radio, and see him at the pre and post game shows on Fox 29. But he's an author. Wrote a book entitled "Going Eagles: 7 Years to Life in the Real World," which you work with some of the youth.
I always do that. In fact, I spoke with one of the presidents and talked to them because they had some young people in there. Their biggest problem is they didn't have their parents, maybe their dad in their life. And a lot of kids, can turn their life around. Somebody encouraging them, and they need some tough love. Somebody cares about them, but at the same time, you tell them, you got to make the right decision. So, I'm able to do that because they will listen. Because they see me on TV, they know I play the Eagles. They don't listen to the 20 minutes. You get started in the right direction. So that's one of the things.
That's awesome. You take time out of your own life to go help other people you might not know. That's awesome.
Well, take time out of your life.
Please do.
In 2014, you were the Republican nominee for Congress here in New Jersey, the first district. We don't need to get into specific points here, but a lot of us just these days argue one another, say walking away from that experience, running. What did you take away from actually stepping on the ground?
You make sure you have enough money. I mean, the thing was, you really, if I had done that, I probably would take more time and you go around. And it is interesting. I probably wouldn't do it the same way. Like I said, you got to make sure you got $1,000. What would you change? What would I change?
Yeah, I can't do a couple of your business.
Well, you know, you mean about running or
Just about running.
well, I would have went around the country and I would have made sure that I had the dollars really to make an impact before I would have ran. So,
Are you making the for another one? No. I'm making an announcement to Holliston. You haven't mentioned it, but you run your own website, gcop.com, and I was checking out your latest post. You question whether the budget council is giving the best effort for the values of us. So the challenge, what did you see or where did you go away from that?
What Fletcher's in a situation where he gets double teamed all the time. I mean, they were double teaming him all the time. But what he should try to do, I think, you know, and then the coaches talk to him about maybe attacking one of the guys.
You always attack one guy.
You know, attack one guy and you know, what's that?
Attack one guy.
That's right.
You find the shot and attack him.
So he is, you know, when he wants to, he just tear one guy's head off. You know? But it's tough.
Now, I'm going to get away from that a little bit. They don't understand your whole flavor. I didn't hear anything about that.
I did not see that.
He had his own. I was on the show. He had his own. On TV.
So, and you know one of the first guys I had on? Stephen A. Smith.
God.
Screaming at it?
It was kind of.
Well, and style.
Yeah. It was way back in the day.
Yeah, they were just over there, and that was their first, you know, start in TV, and you know, they've done it quite well.
I remember when I just liked you the most, it's funny though, as an evening guy, when Richie was doing the whole Richie Boo.
Yeah, well, no, I did it as, you know, and then Angelo just took it and, you know. I mean, I had to keep doing it.
That sounds about it.
That's show business.
And we got to get out of this building.
All right, so we're going to take it to break here on 102.5 Fox Sports Gambling with Green Legion Radio, unlike Green Legion Radio, the Players Show. And it was great to get to know a little bit more about GCOP, so thank you, G, for letting us have that segment with you. All right, coming up in our next hour, we're going to touch base on the 49ers game coming up this Sunday. As well, we're going to do some kick-ass or jackass. And we might do a little bit around the league. Coming right up, 102.5 Fox Sports Gambling. We are unlike Green Legion Radio, live at Travis Jour in Delran, New Jersey. We'll be right back right after these messages. All right, guys. We got around 4 minutes here. All right, so we'll send it 4 minutes.
I hear you. Yeah, 3.5 minutes. Did you bring the shirt? Huh? Bring the shirt?
We got a shirt for you. A shirt.
Hey guys, 7:03. We're going on 7:03.
I know.
So everybody who goes, and Erica, and everybody's like, "Oh, you can't." You all about football. But you just can't do your own. I keep introducing this on my hair. But I mean, that's what he was probably like.
You know what? Like,
I got it. They done. So what did they do? That bag that they come out with crabs that are crabs was cousin butter in there. Nobody got the big bag. Okay.
Yeah, how long did it take? Once I started seeing it, I used to love going how many people saw you there?
Oh yeah. Back then, quite a few, yeah. But really, when they traded for, but he was kind of done. Yeah, because he carried the ball so many times. Taking all the, they're not that big, you know. And he ran hard, man. Yeah, he did probably right as a coach, right? That's a good guy. Yeah, he is a good guy. Yeah, I still talk to him. Yeah, well, yeah, he went to a small stuff.
Why can I push it that far?
You're like,
I don't know the scope. It was a
try my best, you know.
Oh yeah,
I changed my name on your thing. Yeah, that sucks. Carolina, I'm thrilled with that. I'm leaving at like 1 o'clock, it's 2:30, and then after the game, my flight's at 8.
It's hard for me to do my job now. What they've done, like in Atlanta, they got me guys for 101 interviews. So like the week, I have to fucking write off questions.
what is that?
I'm doing all these shows.
Yeah, no, yeah.
It's great to be back with you. I miss you.
I don't know. Seems like time quick.
That being said, you didn't give me a call rush on last Friday until like 7:07. Take your shit. You're part of the team.
Why don't you think
Friday night. Once you get so far, my life pays off the
Every time there's a few line of pitches that we had that could have had some turnover.
Usually that's when I see you.
And it's running around.
Yeah.
I love it. I love doing it. Like preseason this year, it's fucking great. Like it was great.
See, I would think that they would have you. They know you're vaccinated. They would just have you.
I got COVID.
Like, so they
So like, people who
I promise. I'm bringing that.
Yeah, but you're like you're the it's a show. It's a TV show. You know what I mean? Like,
All right. Nice to meet you, guys.
All right. Hey, nice meeting you. Take it easy.
Yeah, what up?
You still looking at 703, Jansen? 703?
you get the shit for being in the
What song you bringing me back with? Tell me it's not Creed.
Nice hat. Nice hat. Another nice hat. Nice hat.
We need Creed in this segment.
Yes.
It's my mom's.
Oh, Yep. 2 minutes.
Now you downloaded this, what you call it now? This is Chrome, see? That's what allows you to go on there and have an app. This, and I'm gonna put Chrome on
Yeah, I've been for promo. I put promo everything.
Guys, 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Not all, partner.
Wrap it up. Wrap it up with that road.
Oh, yeah. JD Hammer. Talking about Hammer? Yeah, okay, all right. Yeah. Just like Vince Velasquez.
You are intelligent. You know the decisions. You are smart before smart was cool, and you need a cooler hand. You have a wealth of knowledge, and you are so. I bet you already know I said say that. They are good. They say big things.
15 seconds, levels up.
Presented by Jour Auto Insurance. Join the virtual tailgate now. Green Legion Radio.
All right, welcome back. Floodlight Legion Radio, 102.5 Fox Sports the Gambler. Oh man, I'm getting reverb in my head. All right, we are live at the Craft and Jour in Delran, New Jersey. Yes, absolutely. The food is phenomenal, spectacular. I can't wait until the show's over so I can eat. Did I just say that out loud?
Yes.
I am Chris Sachs, sitting alongside my esteemed panel here. Hollis Tank Thomas, G. Cobb, Eagles Insider Dave Scudero, Michael Shut Up Diaz, Slash, and Super Sam. And if you need to get a calendar out, make sure you come over here and meet the lovely Chrissy. And then we have Sexy Rexy in the house as well, holding it down as our security greatly. But we are also brought to you by, alongside with Bud Light, we are brought to you by MCS Residential, MCS Custom Cabinetry. Make sure you guys go to mcs8-ga.com or call them at 484-202-3656. And also, download the app for Twins Buyers. You deposit $10 and you get $250 of free play by putting in the code Legion10. That's available to all new customers. So make sure you guys get that free play right away. $10 on any NFL game. Gentlemen, we had a great first hour. We had a lot of fun talking about the absolute handling of the Atlanta Falcons. But we have another game that we need to turn our attention to. And Dave is
so everybody who's ever listened to the show understands that Hollis and I go back and forth.
Wait a minute, hold on. I was going to do this on my own. Yes, I wanted to talk about the run game.
More specifically, the run pass ratio at halftime. That's all.
Do you have numbers?
24 passes for Jalen Hurts in the first half. 10 runs for the Eagles, 4 of them Jalen Hurts runs. Yeah, run.
Did you notice?
You pass early and you run late.
Did you notice those passes were screen plays, which were behind the lines of scrimmage?
They're passes,
which you use as runs and tosses. Now, you can say what you want, but when it does settle, when we try to take the gap ball, what do you do?
We ran the ball.
Exactly. That's
we ran the ball nowhere, just eating up the clock. Running the whole time.
And the other part was we kept them off balance because they didn't know what we were going to run past.
And you're starting to get Cisco Tank worked up.
I'm saying.
I'll tell you,
I'm like, no, I don't know. When you pass but we have to want to keep it. I like it because the plays where we kept that holding defense off balance. They should not know every time that we line up that we're about to throw the damn ball.
Gee, how many wearing your referee
So how many,
shirt?
so in that first half, so
I don't give it
Our
that.
first ran 4 times, right? I think I don't know if there was a design run in that. I don't remember if there was a design run. But let's say there were 2 design runs. That means that there were 8 called runs and there were 26 passes.
Well, okay, so should I tell you what I do know? Some of those passes were run. And if what dictates that we pass the ball, we will pass the ball. How much
I'm not able to call a lot of that.
But
Not
no,
a lot of scrimmage.
that's what I'm trying to say. I love David, I love his inside stuff. But sometimes you have to be a player to know.
Here we go. I'm talking about a football player.
There was some runs called because the offensive line they were run blocking, and when you run like it, they just chose the screen because it was 2 guys in the box rushing. And I'm all for that.
No,
I wouldn't.
Guys, I'm all for Spuds versus Tank. We have the rest of the second hour here on our show to get into that. You guys had something that you want to chime in?
They don't start swimming though. They don't swim.
No. I want Diaz to put his point in, and then gentlemen, we have another football game we have to talk about. We got the Eagles Niners this weekend.
You know that I'm on. You know, it's a passing league. You got a passing league. But Dave, I mean, the one thing that jumped out with these passes is this. You know, the average depth of target, I mean, 3.5 yards with his average depth of target air yard. Like that, yeah, but come on. What Holly said that those passes were really good. You got to give him some credit.
No, I'm not doing that. You know, they ran the ball really well. Right? What did they do? They scored 6 points.
But they ran the ball really well. But they couldn't pass because we were not giving up over the top of it. Because we have an offense like theirs, once they get down, they give you all the places they're going to give you. They contribute. And now they're winning, so they're taking
The Eagles didn't have a passing play longer than what was it? One throw down the field, and you know what they're but they were the ball a lot.
But that's what they were given.
Man, you guys are lucky Quimmy's not here right now. I'm all about it. But you guys are going to argue. Let's not argue about the past. Let's argue about the future. Let's argue about someday. Okay? The San Francisco 49ers are also 1-0. They're coming off a 41-33 win at the Detroit Lions. They started off the season with 2 road games. Almost blew a 28-point lead at the end of the game. Jimmy Garoppolo returns as the starting quarterback this season after an injury-plagued 2020 season, and the Niners traded up to the 3rd pick of the draft this past draft in 2021 to take North Dakota State quarterback Trey Lance as the quarterback of the future. Both 3 touchdown passes against the Lions. Plus, they lost their number 1 running back, Raheem Mostert. Guys, what are the matchups that we're keying on this weekend? What are we looking forward to? Tank, we'll start with you.
Now, who was the touchdown pass again?
Trey Lance, 5-yard touchdown. Yes. I had money on that game. Thank you very much for blowing my ticket.
The one thing I did, the one thing about this game was like, they were putting down sacks. And they're really good run blockers, but they got to suck against the passes. I think that's why they got a more athletic quarterback in the draft because Garoppolo was just enough. And if you look at what they're going to do, I think they're going to come in with some trick plays and stuff. They're going to run the trail edge back and stuff. But their offense, they're kind of nasty and dirty, so they kind of like more run people. But the pass gets you a lot, especially with Kittle. So I mean, and they're able to pull their defense as well. They predicated with the they have like 78 tackles, so they're about this run.
Okay, G, what do you have for
I think they do a great job of utilizing different formations. They really do a great job of using motion. And what the motion does, it gets in the eyes of the linebackers and the defensive front where they'll be going one way, and a lot of times, you know, they will do things where they're utilizing, get you going the wrong way, and then they counter back. And they really do a great job with the counter plays, getting you going one way, and then having to handing the ball off, and they're going the other way. So, you know, Kyle Shanahan does a great job with his run design. And they hit you, but when it hits you, it's like it's such the quickness. He's in the hole and downfield. And they do a great job. And they got a good offensive line, especially when it comes to, you know, run block. So they are going to run the ball. I mean, especially once they look at the tape and they see the success Atlanta had early in the game. You better believe they're confident they can run the ball. That whole thing is, you know, the Eagles probably will give up some yards on the ground, but the big thing is, you know, what do? They make sure that they control Garoppolo, and they don't give up those big plays. A lot of times what they do is they will get that running game going, and then they really make you hurt because they make a big play with the throw. See, and they attack you downfield.
Now, Jay, being the son of former Broncos head coach Mike Shanahan, do you see a lot of the zone offensive line schemes that they used to run back in the day, in the glory days of the Denver Broncos? Like, is it the same scheme? Because it seems like they always seem to be able to, like Elijah Mitchell came in, rushed the ball for 19 times for 104 yards and a touchdown. Is it the same scheme that he's utilizing?
The great thing they do is they adjust to whatever defense you're in. If they're going to run, you know, the zone, inside zone, but outside zone, right there, right? You know, they will run the inside zone, outside zone, regardless of what you're in. They're going to adjust and run that play, and they do a great job of making adjustments. You know, just before the play, the linemen know what they're going to do if you got a certain look. So they do a great job of that. But they're really running the same call, but they make the adjustments depending on what you line up in. You know. Yeah.
And so I'll try to, like, I'd like to have a conversation with Gary and Hollis. They play the game, obviously.
Yeah, I'm with it. Yeah.
But to break it down for people who are listening, so the way that they're running back, the reason that Raheem Mostert is not a huge loss is because the way their running back system works is it's called the guy who puts his foot in the ground and goes north-south. As opposed to like what Miles Sanders would do, he can put his foot down and go north-south. But he can also go east-west and try to create. The other guys really don't create, so they're kind of easy on.
Yeah.
So what basically what they're doing is spreading you out, and the running back is running sideways until he sees the gap, and he puts his foot in the ground and then he shoots through the gap.
That's right. And see, when you get these big guys going sideways, you know, and a lot of times they're easier to block. They're easier to get some movement on. If you're running right at the guy, and you got a guy like, let's say, like Fletcher, you know, it's very difficult to ask a guy, look, move this guy off the ball. So what they'll try to do is they get you moving, and then they want to be pushing you, and then they let the back, he's looking for the hole, and he's going to plant, and he's going north and south, you know, once he sees the gap. And so basically, they go on the basic premise that when you get people going sideways, one guy's going to go a little faster, you know, than the other, and you kind of get a natural separation. Kind of like
let me clear this up.
That's a natural separation right there on the television. Seven run guys. So thank you, J.D. Hammer.
Let me clear this up for me. So both of you guys are close to it, right?
Once you clean it up, get it over to the end.
Okay. So basically, what they do is they try to get you on a different rate, but it's sideways. They want you to run sideways because they want the adjacent guys to push you so that they're reading the scheme. And when they say one, like I said, one of the guys is going to get out of this gap. And the key is to stay in your gap and stay front side. If you don't, and then you got to have it's very difficult. Yeah, it's extremely difficult, but you have to be disciplined. It's not hard. It's difficult, but it's not hard. If you're disciplined and you got a good defense, They know the premise of their run. They can shut it down. Because I play against this defense. I play against this offense a bunch of times. And the key is every defensive lineman stand on their feet to the front side gap.
That's right.
And then not going for the open. A lot of people.
Well, see, you got a lot of defensive linemen. How do they get paid? They get paid by getting to the quarterback. So a lot of the defensive linemen will cheat. And
so that's what we call selfish players.
That's right.
There are a lot of team players. And you got to do this as a team. You know, as a team.
We do need to do this as a team. That's why Diaz is going to talk now. Diaz.
I'm happy that we're having this conversation. That we're going to have some issues with the run defense because, as we know, we got to pass the ball to score in this game. So they'll give a color on the ground. That's fine. You're going to score field goals. You got to pass it. And we've got the front seven there that's going to give you pressure, and nothing to worry about. They're not going to score points.
Yeah, but if you
score points by
receivers too. Exactly. And if you get behind, and you can't stop the run, the other team will have the ball, and the game will be.
See, my biggest worry with this game is the tight end, George Kittle. I had a pedestrian week last week for George Kittle, 4 receptions, 78 yards, fumble loss. Last year, we played them, and we can owe that W to the hardness that was Nick Mullins. Couldn't even make it out of Nick Mullins. Hardness. It was horrible. Okay. Look it up. You know that dictionary. Yes, hardness. Hardness. Okay. Hardness. Okay. Hardness. Double R. Yes. There we go. We got you. How about thanks, that's an educated man right there. But he cashed this last season, 15 receptions, 183 yards and a touchdown. Gee, as a former linebacker,
15 targets, by the way.
15, right. Gee, as a former linebacker, what's the best way to try and take a tight end like Kittle out of the game?
Well, I always like to have to play in where I'm the linebacker and I got to cover him. I line up on him. See, because that way you can get your hands on him, on the tight end. But they don't normally do that anymore. They have the linebacker line up in different places. So it's very difficult to stop them because that running game, like we were talking, once they show run, you got everybody thinking run.
And then you walk that block.
And then he's gone. He's gone. Like, where's he at? Well, we were trying to get off the block to make a tackle. And, he's just giving us a look of a block and then we separate. It's very difficult.
But Gene, this is what I have seen with this defense is the linebackers up there trying to bang the tight ends up now. Yeah, I've seen that it's like we're running some under fronts, which means
that's right.
Linebackers on the line of scrimmage. So we're doing something I think we're going to do stuff to take away the tight end and take away what he does. The one thing that I did see in the past game that I hope doesn't replicate in this game is the ability to line up properly. And when I say properly, it's like when your company to be out there, what don't line up on the inside half of the Florida's offensive line. There's a couple times I've seen that they get on a usually 5 years out. Now, I think it's a sack over there, so people basically.
Sounds great, yes. But Bud Light Green Legion Radio is brought to you by the Green Legion. Want to spend the weekend in Caesar's Palace when the Eagles play the Raiders and want to spend an awesome weekend in Lodo, Denver, Colorado. Spend a weekend in Burlington, going to Six Flags, Texas, Hurricane Harbor Water Park, and headquarters at Texas Live. Sister property to our friends over at Xfinity Live. Travel with the Green Legion for all Eagles road trips. Go to greenlegion.com or contact the office at 215-666-5940, or I'll give you Quigley's personal number right now. No, I enjoy my job here at Green Legion Radio, and I do not want to be fired, so I will not give you Quigley's number. But we're going to head to break right now on 102.5 Fox Sports The Gambler, Green Legion, Bud Light, Green Legion Radio, right here live at the Crab de Jour in Delray, New Jersey. We'll be right back right after these messages.
No. Are you watching this?
Dude, Shady hammered. There was one out. There was one out.
Oh, hey, I almost took Deep's head off. Look. Right in the mouth. What are you doing?
Oh, yeah. So that, I'll do that when we come back. Yeah.
My baby brother's here.
This is what?
My baby brother.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cute.
This is the rubber match. I don't know why you guys are upset. This team's not good. They're not good. It's kind of like the Sixers all those years. They weren't good. The Sixers were first seed. Guys, 2 minutes.
Okay. Well, you got a 2-minute break?
What do I have? 15 minutes to play now?
Yeah, but see nowadays, because that did, guys, you got to give them a sack. I don't really know what I can play with a dude named Al Baker. No, Alice Sustained. 1,000 tackles.
I only have 2 reads left. If I talk, I do say stuff about the family and about the graphic board. I say that stuff, and then all I have is after that, Bucks County baseball. That's it.
Hey, Rick. Jordan.
Yeah.
Because you guys are great guys. No. I know she's been at but I'll great. You know, I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, Rick. All guys
a delay or something. Okay, all right. It's all just story. Yeah, I'll just follow the regular ones. Yeah.
To be over all down the coast, Hollis for you. Now I said chubby black guy.
Atlanta's not. I just find it really interesting. We're going to be 4 games back.
How you stop them on these guys?
15 seconds, guys. Levels up.
You got to play swim.
You really have to flow. It's on the D line. Yeah, you have to have great gap integrity.
Yeah, and it's
you have to take it. You have to tackle.
Levels up, guys.
It's two guys. Get everybody to be disciplined or not.
But they must do it. Now we've got action.
The cult of personality. CM Punk's theme song here on Bud Light Green Legion Radio. Dancing, I got to give you credit, my man. That's a great way to bring us back in here. Live from the Crab du Jour in Delray, New Jersey. At the Crab du Jour, seafood boil restaurant with close to 100 locations and growing. Your neighborhood's favorite seafood restaurant. Mouth-watering, delicious seafood for great value, honesty, and quality, and inclusive dining experience for all ages. And soon, in a few weeks, we will be live at the Finn, right over there, right next to the Fillmore, right? Where you can get immersed in a nautical-themed, high-quality restaurant and bar that you surely won't forget. Amazing classic and bespoke cocktails, authentic Philadelphian take on surf and turf dishes that will leave you wanting more, and a 25-foot 4K HD TV for all your sports pleasures and needs. When you will not be watching the Phillies, you'll be enjoying actual playoff baseball with worthy playoff baseball teams. And
whatever do you mean?
Listen, if everybody is listening to us right now, which they are, they know. You guys heard me in the last segment when I turned and I'm like, we're down 7-0? Are you kidding me? Oh, God, this team is awful. But we're here to talk football. I want to continue to talk football. And listen, I want to wrap up on the Niners and Eagles because I want to have a little bit of fun with some around the league stuff before our last segment. We have Kaja, kick-ass. Oh, nice. Hold 49er. Yes, we got that.
Can I add something real quick? We were speaking about the run game and the difficulty in stopping it.
I'm not surprised.
The difficulty is stopping it, and it'll be a test to this coaching staff if they can get the guys to buy into the disciplined football to stop the run game and to make it more efficient. If they're able to buy into the discipline to stop this run game, then we should win this game.
Absolutely. And real quick, I want to look at the defensive side of the football through the 49ers. They get back this season. Nick Bosa and Dean Ford both last year, I think it was the same game for ACLs in the same game last season. Their top 2 pass rushers are back. Fred Warner is a really good linebacker that they have on that side of the ball. They lost their number one cornerback. He tore his ACL. So
they picked up Big
Jason, correct? Yes, the secondary is very susceptible.
Well,
They
they picked up Big Patrick.
They did. Okay.
Yeah, they did.
All right. So on the defensive side of the football. Yeah, he can't play.
There's a reason he was out there.
Exactly. If you're a good quarterback, you're on a team. Yeah. So, hey, real quick, before I want your guys' opinions on some of the stuff that happened around the league in the NFL this past weekend in Week 1. Tank, what's the challenge look like this weekend for Jordan Mailata going up against Nick Bosa?
That's a really good challenge. He can also keep around and he can go on too. But I think Jordan is going to swallow him up because he doesn't do one of the big attack that I've seen. And the ones who are not big foot style. So, I mean,
whatever do you mean?
But I
don't think Gene knows about Bigfoot.
And it is
he could probably guess.
Bigfoot is number 77.
Yeah. Actually, you could probably count for him.
Yeah. But the thing about that defensive line is they send them in a bit of ways, so if they kind of I think we got to be understand. They got to mention him as well. Those guys they're pretty good in that they call them in the backfield, but the linebackers who have a little bit of the backbone, they're the ones that actually make this go and make these guys be able to do anything they want to do up front.
Okay. All right, sounds great. So we touched on the Niners. We're going to get more into that. Make sure you guys tune in to the pregame show, our pregame show, the Green Legion pregame show from 10 to 11 on 102.5 Fox Sports The Gambler on Sunday morning. So we're going to have it all broken down for you on Sunday morning. But I want to touch on some of the around the league stuff this past weekend. And I have some topics here. I kind of want to get your guys' opinions. And I'm not going to go across the board with each one. So, Diaz, I'm going to start you out with number one. Tank as far as where we are currently at right now after the Carson Wentz watch in regards to where we stand with that potential Colts first round pick and needing to play a requisite number of snaps this season.
I got my notes right here, but thankfully for you, Hollis, I know that you're big on the draft picks. You like future first rounders. Okay. There's a potential that the Eagles will have 3 first rounders next year. So, from time to time, we're going to check in, see what we're doing. As of week 1, the Eagles would end up with 3 first rounders in the 2020 draft. They would draft in their own position at 24th from Miami at 20th, and also listed at 8th right now. The pick from Indianapolis because Wentz has played 100% of the offensive snap. So right there's 5 teams tied in between 5 and 9, and that's where they fall back. So that's a nice little position. Absolutely. Jalen Hurts works out. We can use that to draft quarterbacks, linebackers, more offensive and defensive linemen.
Absolutely. Maybe a nice safety.
Yeah, or a point guard to shoot.
This is going to be this type of stuff that Carson Wentz watch is going to be exclusively Diaz's baby this season. I'm going to let him run rampant with it. Yes, I'm going to let him run rampant with it because if anybody knows how to tank, it's Diaz. 4 years of that with your Philadelphia 76ers.
It's 7-0 in 5 of the 30.
This isn't tanking. This is just awfulness.
Oh, okay. Right. There's a big difference.
Yes.
Remember, this is Green Legion Radio. You guys find you on time.
But we do that on our own program. So, all right, Dave, I'm going to move to the next one. On to you. The Green Bay Packers getting thrashed by the New Orleans Saints 38-3. Unbelievable outcome. We weren't expecting that.
Yeah, and drama matters. I mean, the whole Aaron Rodgers soap opera, these things have to have an effect. When you're not in training camp, when you're not with your team, it drags you down. So, I mean, I believe they'll win up on Detroit on Monday night, but if they don't, I mean, Jordan Love, he got some snaps towards the end of that game, right? Yeah. I just don't like the way Aaron Rodgers is like agrees that hair right now.
I was like seeing Punk.
I don't get it.
It looks like someone out of the Bone Brothers.
I don't get it exactly.
It's like Hobo Smith.
Listen, normally you have to point the finger at one thing and one thing only. That's his fiance. Shannon Woodley. Are they married? Because we didn't even know they were engaged last year. So, I know this is soap opera talk here at Bud Like Green Legion Radio. So, moving on to the next topic. Gee, this one's for you. Arizona's Chandler Jones, 5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles that led to 14 Cardinals points and a 38-13 beatdown of the Titans.
I mean, I tell you, I was shocked because the Titans were the team everybody was talking about,
Especially out of Julio Jones.
But he was just beating. I mean, he was getting off on the snap of the ball. I mean, he was explosive, and it just it's like Lions standing there, and he said not acknowledging. They really didn't acknowledge. Look, this guy can't block now. Okay, at some point you got to get the point where the guy's not blocking. You got to get it up.
Taylor Lewis.
Yeah. I mean, but he was getting off on his guy. He was staying low, and he was exploding out of his head.
That was a peak, though.
That's what they call turnstile.
It was actually like our game too.
Yeah, the left guard.
77 was the pitch that I told you guys about.
Yeah, but they moved him over like right before the game, right?
It was during the weekend.
Yeah, during the week because somebody was hurt.
And then the funny thing,
Josh Andrews.
And then the funny thing about that is, if you were down in Atlanta with me, I watched the video later on. He was like, "I got to do better." Hell yeah, you got to do better. You was a turnstile.
The third round pick rookie in his first game that he got.
Yeah.
Did he get back? Did he go pick up his second one? Okay, next subject.
All right, next subject. This one's for you, Tank, because this one is a lot of fun for me. I can't stand this guy, Urban Meyer. Gets destroyed by the Texans, and rumors are already swirling about him coming out of Jacksonville. Do you believe he's on his way to USC after he fakes more chest pains to get out of coaching the Jaguars?
Damn, I've seen it before. We just saw it happen with Atlanta and what's the coach name?
Well, remember Bobby Petrino? He got on that jet and then he went to Arkansas.
You forget, and I had this happen personally when I was with the Saints. So Ed Ogeron was our defensive line coach.
Go ahead.
So Lane Kiffin, who's his buddy, gets one of the head coaching jobs. They say, "You guys know how to work out nothing. I'm gonna be here with you guys for the rest of the contract." Then later on that night on ESPN, you saw him on Tennessee as the defense coordinator and the recruiting coordinator with Lane Kiffin. I was cracking up. I was like, "You can't trust someone to roll."
It's not personal adjustments.
I know, and Bobby Petrino was horrible. He left a letter to him, a typed up letter that he didn't even. He signed one of them, and they put it in each one of the players' like him. He's like, "You guys don't worry about nothing. I'll be here." Well, next time you were talking about Suey.
I heard that some of the alumni out there who are seeking
Yeah, speaking of national champion, Gary Copper in 1978, he's got some info.
big money out there. They basically are handing do checks for what you fill out.
You fill it out.
But they are going to get somebody with a big name because, they're used to getting what they want.
What names are being thrown around?
Every March.
Yeah. They're meddling with some of the people, that got jobs.
Yeah.
So
They don't care though. They got their pockets. They want to see the team win. They haven't been back. They've been, I don't want to say irrelevant, but they've been living up to what they're saying.
That's right. But the thing is, they don't care about that. See, what they don't care about is the buyout. Because if you get somebody who's already got a job, you have to buy them out the contract.
Yeah, that's right.
And so they don't care about the buyout. And so they're going to see whoever.
I know the Super Bowl winning coaches.
And I thought we said you were children here.
Well, I can say they're not hiring now.
Okay.
It's collecting a bunch of guard. You know, the Colts keep bringing.
College is recruiting 17-year-old kids. Yeah, all over the world.
Yeah. Well,
They're going to get paid in college.
that's right.
Whoever.
Well, get a bunch of people.
I was getting ready with that.
But recruiting is awful, man.
Newton got paid.
Well, recruiting is awful, man, because the coach comes in and lies to the parents, talking about he's going to turn you into a good man.
I'm afraid that Harrison's going to go to Giants next year. I'm afraid.
That Sherman was at the Giants too.
I don't know. I mean, I got no info. Just
That Sherman was at the Giants too.
yeah, of course you have no info. You have no sources. You're talking out the other side. That's fair.
This thing just came
Well, eventually we are going to get the kick-ass and jackass. Right now, we're talking about where Diaz is actually talking out. All right, another story from this past Sunday. Matthew Stafford also Rams debut on Sunday Night Football against the Bears. Man, all those years in Detroit, and he finally escaped. I mean, gee, you know what it's like to finally escape Detroit. But as a franchise quarterback that Matthew Stafford is, it has to be a weight lifted off his shoulders to go to a team with a head coach like Sean McVay that's going to groom him. I mean, the weapons that they have there are really bad.
Well, he's got a defense now.
Well, no, he has that, but it really sucks that Cam Akers got hurt because that team really had done some damage. I mean, they're going to do damage this year, but Cam Akers and that running game, that would have been something that never happened.
The combination of having that running game and Stafford's ability to throw the ball downfield, that's what he did want. We'll see how things work out if they're able to live up to all the people. There's going to be a lot of pressure on them.
The Super Bowl of us,
you go into a season where, when it's win it all or else. And a lot of times, the pressure will mount on them as the season goes along. So, they got off to a good start, but we'll see whether they
got a tough division, too.
Yes, and everybody knows that division. So the thing with him is he's going out there, and it's going to be one of those things where he needs to win the Super Bowl because they've already won the Super Bowl with us at home, the exact same team, but with Jerry Goff.
And they were exactly. So they traded everything for this window right now, and they're also great. So that division is amazing when you think about the NFC East and the NFC West.
What are you talking about? We're doing Super Bowls.
Wow. How about the Sixers get on the second round? How about
Another show. Real quick before we wrap up this segment, was anybody impressed with anything else that happened in the NFC East this weekend? Over the last weekend, the Giants got thumped. I mean, look, football team got thumped.
Not impressed, but it's certainly the whole complexion of the division changes in a week, and that's the way the season is going to be. 17 games. There's again no repeat winner in the NFC since 2003 and 2004.
I'm going to
Dak Prescott.
Yeah, then Monday night, that's going to be for first place.
Yeah, you thought this was
Do you think the Cowboys beat the Chargers?
No.
I don't.
Not even what I was doing.
It's going to be a Dallas game, an LA Chargers game. Although it's surprising how many Chargers they must have been NFL players. Look at DC on Sunday. There was so much power in the state. I was surprised.
You can set up quarterback all of a sudden you're fans everywhere.
You guys see the superiority of the next field. I say all the time, that is the biggest dump I've ever been to, and it just took it up another notch.
And that's why I get those fans about downtown DC. And that's why
That's why the Green Legion is January. All closes.
All right, before we go to break, another one of our sponsors, Bucks County Baseball Company, is the premier vintage sports clothing and collectibles retail store in the Tri-State area. Visit www.buckscountybaseballco.com or stop by the Bristol, PA location. Items from the Phillies, Eagles, Sixers, Flyers, and much more. Again, visit www.buckscountybaseballco.com or stop by the Bristol, PA location. The showroom is huge. The website even bigger. Bucks County Baseball Company, the name in Philly for vintage sports. Coming up in our latest segment here on Green Legion Radio, unlike Green Legion Radio, on 102.5 as a gambler in Delray, New Jersey, at the Craft and Jour. We're doing Kick-Ass or Jackass. Gee, you're going to love this one. Home opener, 49ers edition. Stay tuned right here on the other side. 102.5 as a gambler. We'll be right back right after this. No more live feeds. No more. It's funny. It's like a lot of times, like baseball brunch, I'll do a live read, and then the commercial comes on right after I do the read. I'll do Cherry Hill Triplex and then Quimby platform.
I was listening to something else the other day, and it happened to them.
Yeah, right. When you do a read, and then the commercial comes on.
I was like, oh,
In the room was in
I shot with other people too.
Yeah, but I
thought it was just us.
Yeah, I was back. You supposed to give it to me. I was back. What's that? I slapped the shit out of you. You supposed to give my money all
He said he was going to smack the shit out of you.
Yeah, smack the shit out.
Bitch was supposed to give him money all the time.
I'm Kyle, by the way. I didn't read like introduce myself. How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Kyle's
Kyle's a motherfucker.
He's the
motherfucker.
We don't need to. Yeah.
He's what makes it go.
He's the one that makes it go.
If you meet Quimby, he'll make you think that he is. We love Quimby.
So who's the business weird?
What time are we coming back?
What is this?
3 minutes ago.
I say they have.
Now they have control.
I see. Yeah, well, you know that the whole.
I'm good for right now. I'll have a beer after the
Yeah. Well, I can tell. I started looking for somebody's doing something.
All right. You guys are jacket.
Yeah.
Is that covering or is that the show? Yeah, this last segment. Tell G-Cop how to guess your jackass first. You'll get it. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, I'm
You like it or don't like it?
If you like it, kick ass. You don't like it,
Seriously. All I've had today was a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I've been on sports at 5 this morning.
I know. Why is this still on? Why hasn't anybody turned on the football game?
Yeah, it's not on for another hour. Yeah, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I gotta watch Phillies anything. Yeah, I gotta watch anything.
Yeah? Okay.
Hey guys. Hey guys, put the heads up. We're out at 57. Make sure I'm out of here. Yeah, make sure we wrap up by 56 so I can take us out by 57. All right, so once it hits 7:57, we're out. 12 minutes segment, 11 minutes segment. I mean, my people too. That's it. I'm talking around like Jesus. All right, 30 seconds, guys. Level up. City, that's what you are. Yeah. No, but you say like, we can challenge you with everything, and you're going to spin it. Yes, they do. Unless you say, no,
they're not.
So we can do it in practice.
They suck. The Cubs suck. They got rid of all their people. Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
whatever.
I've complained about them all. They all suck. You can say anything. When we lose, I told you. I'm ready. All right, welcome back to the last segment here on the Players Show for Bud Light Green Legion Radio, live from the Jour in Delran, New Jersey, right off of Route 130 North. Thank you guys for coming out. It's another great show, a lot of fun, and G-Cop for stopping by and hanging out with us tonight. Right now, we're going to dive into Kick-Ass or Jackass. This is the home opener / 49ers edition. So we have something from home openers past, which are layups, because G doesn't know about this course. I think I heard Spuds over there telling him during the break what we do with this. Okay, so if you like it, it's Kick-Ass. If you don't like it, it's Jackass.
You don't have to do a dissertation. You explain it.
Well, I'm just putting it out there. Yeah, I have to listen to that. Listen to this. You're trying to build it. Yes, Alex. Come on, Teddy. All right, let's start out with layups. Okay. Kick-Ass or Jackass? Jake Elliott's 61-yard game-winning field goal against the Giants in 2017. I said layups. I was going to say Jackass for me because I was watching the calls that thought they were going to go to you. I didn't even realize I was going to go back to the floor. Oh, yeah. You were in the time. Admit it. You were in the time. I was in the time. That was a Kick-Ass for me. So that was tough to Kick-Ass.
That was quite a tender Kick-Ass.
You know,
Diaz isn't alone with the fact that, like, going to the bathroom. I'm gonna say it to you guys for sure. My buddy Pat, when Deshaun Jackson ran out against the Giants, we were at a local establishment. They're not sponsors, so I'm not going to say who they are. But he's like, all right, I'm going to get ready for overtime. So he goes to the bathroom, and while Deshaun Jackson is running the punt back, and the whole restaurant is going crazy, bar restaurant is going crazy, he's standing out here. So to this day, we always make fun of him.
I thought you were going to say he walked out with a toilet paper in his hand.
That's not what we walked out with his hands.
All right, number 2, Deshaun Goodwin, William Jones and Matt Ryan don't connect yet again and Banner Night in 2018, like the divisional round playoff game 8 months earlier.
For the game, yes. Jackass God, why did you have this game delay? We had to wait. It was like an 8:30 game. Didn't even start.
I was going to elaborate on that too. The blaming God.
Yeah, blaming God, Jackass.
We're blaming God for the fact that Diaz is on the show.
I'm going to kick ass. Super Bowl.
Yeah, without a doubt. That's kicking. What do you got? Absolutely, 100%. 3 touchdown catches. This is the last one, guys, all right? Because I don't really want to elaborate on any, like, bad home openers, okay? I know David around a lot when we've had some bunkers. 3 touchdown catches by T.O. in 2004 home opener against the Giants.
Yes.
And he's caught traffic on the way to the game. He's so better. That fact we like Teal, I would kick ass. But the Jackass is a guy.
Person. Well, there's wicked in the Dominican Republic. And Javon.
Yeah, that's something I need to think about.
Yeah, and I'm talking out loud.
That was big. I mean, finally, they had, big time wide receiver. Yep. That was kick ass.
When he stood on the ball and he flapped the wings in front of the crowd, that was awesome. All right, now let's get into some 49ers. Okay. Taking a time management class with Kyle Shanahan, he used to say it's about Andy Reid before Pat Mahomes came into his life.
These great coaches, they can't manage the clock. It's
crazy. The guy is holding in 2 Super Bowls.
Is anything related to not that in this game?
Yeah, exactly. I'm down.
Who's that?
Because he's blowing leads.
Yes, blowing lead from
fourth quarter lead against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl a couple years ago.
Yeah, but I look at that go route where the receiver was open and Garoppolo just missed it. He didn't throw the ball, so I think he's still a good coach. I'm going to say kick ass.
I'm going to say Jackass because he's going to lead. And one especially is and all you have to do is throw the ball because you run it down the field and you continue to throw the ball and then you turn around and deliver it back on the ankle. That's a Jackass.
Jackass for sure. Jimmy Garoppolo is starting in a future season of The Bachelor.
What the hell is this doing?
He might be out of the league over the next year or two. I do not watch The Bachelor.
I think that's what you're trying to tell us here.
Yes, Jackass. You have a lifetime of watching chick flicks ahead of you.
Wow.
I've never seen one years ago, girl. You guys ever seen that?
It was.
I thought it was.
Yes. Yes, no, she was.
I'm
Well, you know, like, THC, like, yes. And what was here, like, what's that word? Plan?
That's right. But now, you know, she was saying, who's Chef Garcia?
She's the best. She was Carmella.
And what she do before that?
She's the best of what?
That's the Eagles player. Oh, that's the Eagles player, but apologies if you remember.
No. What was she doing?
No, so, please, Carmella, she was a Playboy.
This is a good time to plug one of our sponsors, Delilah's.
What about Jason Brown? He was a master.
He was, and that's what I'm saying. He's a good looking man. He's probably going to get out of the league in a few years.
So you were talking about brother responsible. I got no time.
We're putting women through medical school and law school. Yeah, that's what we feel. So
No, they're budding actresses and models, and they go to nursing. So they say,
budding actresses and models are bad.
Gee, kick-ass and jackass. Jay Garoppolo starring in a future season of The Bachelor. I'm gonna go with Jackass as well, but I think it's hilarious. If he does do it, I'm not gonna watch it, but I will follow. No doubt about it. Attending alumni weekend at North Dakota State University when Trey Lance and Carson Wentz.
This is a trick question. No one graduated from North Dakota State University.
They're alumni.
Jack.
Yes, and Carson is great.
I'll give Carson a break.
Give him a break.
Yeah, give him a break. Thank you. Complete that out there.
Kick-ass. It'd be fun to go back and watch those guys.
Yeah, right.
You still want to play so you can get that
I should have said. That's right. I knew that was going to spark Tank's higher. All right, number 7, going to a WWE event with George Kittle. This is tough, man. You want to get like a folding chair. He's a huge wrestling fan. I'm going to say Jackass. I mean, pretty kick-ass. Okay.
Yeah, Jack, done it, boxing, everything, all that.
Not into it, but I think it would be interesting. I'll say kick-ass. Was it Jackass? I bet you that WWE. I want to go to some other squad.
Well, he does. He drinks beer and don't cold feet all
Somebody cares.
Nah, man.
Is he 49? I'm a worker.
In that instance, I don't care. It'd be a lot of fun to hang out with him.
No.
Well, Jahari had never and he's from
He's from Philly, and we both had. I got traded. I got traded for him. Guess what they did? You were saying.
There you go. Okay, so we got some connections there.
Yeah, you were saying.
Number 8, being in the locker room with Mike Singletary, and he wants winners.
Kick-ass players. Kick-ass.
Although not spit during COVID, I'm not sure that's going to happen. Normally, yes.
Well, knowing your connection, you'll probably have to do it too.
Yeah, I think winning. That's all about kick-ass. I would. Yeah, I'm curious kick-ass because it was one of those things where a guy got a penalty that was unnecessary.
So you guys all just said that you wanted to be in the locker room when he dropped his pants in the middle of the locker room. That's all you guys all said.
Nah. I said, you dropped his pants. I thought you were just talking about, he said, he was talking about winner.
Yeah, he dropped his pants in the middle of the locker room.
But you omitted, first of all, you omitted your part. Second of all, I want, you can do that in front of you. I don't like it.
I'll say it again. Thank you for saying it.
I didn't think about that.
Put your rules on, man.
All right. And last, but certainly not least, Frank Gore someday still playing in the NFL and living in an over 55-year-old community.
He's consistent, he's great, he's a Hall of Famer.
Constantly on, man. He found the balance.
Gotta love Frank Gore.
What you got for me there?
I'm gonna go, get on the game, Frank.
I'll say kick-ass, and we can do it. Thank you. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but we can do it. I'm not saying kick-ass because they're gonna take me out kicking and screaming. Now, they didn't take me out kicking and screaming. They took me out by doing some stuff that 19-year-olds do, and I was ready to go home. And I was ready to go home.
You know, it's funny because Terrell Owens is still trying to play in the NFL.
Nobody wants him.
Well, nobody wants baggage.
No, it's toxic. There's no baggage. And he's 40. No, he's 48 or 49.
Is he that old?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm 47.
How old?
You look him up. I don't have to look it up. Yeah, look him up on your phone, sucker. Really old. What is it?
47 years old.
You don't owe me anything. Just kneel and get my thank you, man. And with that, somebody get a camera, would you?
Because if Dave does owe you a beverage, he can do so right after we're done the show. We're about to wrap it up. I'd like to thank everybody here, the panel, fantastic. G Cobb for stopping by and joining us here tonight and hanging out with us the last couple hours. Hollis Thomas, Eagles insider Dave Spadaro, Michael Shut Up Diaz, my man Splash, John Jansen back in the studio, Super Sam over here running the board, and everybody else that came out here to hang out with us at the Travis Jour in Delran, New Jersey, Route 130 North. We'll be right back here on Green Legion Radio this upcoming Sunday. All right, from 10 to 11. Make sure you check us out, hang out with us 10 to 11 as we take you into the Eagles, Niners. It's a fun next week, so make sure you guys come on out and hang out with us then. So from 102.5 Fox Sports Gambler, we're Bud Light, Green Legion Radio, the Player Show. Thank you guys for joining us again this evening. Have a great rest of your night, and we'll talk to you on Sunday morning. Go Birds!
Go Birds.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks, Jansen.
Still. Oh, cool.
It's definitely different when it's a 2-hour show and there's a lot more chefs in the kitchen. Thank you.
Really just trying to get back in this, man. Really do. Yeah, you fucking do. 7-2. Okay. Bases loaded. Oh yeah. Trying to let them get back in this. I remember that. I showed them who was called.
Thanks, Sean.
I didn't do it on the air. I don't mind.
You gonna play in the club?